been accused of something I'm not guilty of. How do you prove a negative? No matter what we discuss here today, I'm never going to have my name restored. But I've got to try and set the record straight. However, by doing so, I'm putting myself out there to all of you, knowing that because I said that I didn't take steroids, that this is looked as an attack on Senator Mitchell's report. I'm not proud of what I've done, and I'm not proud to testify against the man I once admired. To those who have suggested that I take some personal satisfaction in bringing down Roger Clemens, let me assure you, nothing could be further from the truth. I think Andy has misheard.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
I believe Andy has misheard, Mr. Congressman, on his comments about myself using HGH, which never happened. When he said that he used HGH, I was shocked. I had no idea. When I just heard your statement and Andy's statement about that he also injected himself, I was shocked. I had no idea that Andy Pettit had used HGH. My problem with what Andy says and why I think he misremembers is that if Andy Pettit knew that I had used HGH, or I had told Andy Pettit that I had used HGH, before he would use the HGH, what have you, he would have come to me and asked me about it. That's how close our relationship was. And then when he did use it, I'm sure he would have told me that he used it.
Did you inject yourself with B12, or did Mr. McNamee ever inject you, or do you remember?
I've never injected myself. Mr. McNamee's given me 3 shots of, when we were in Toronto, 3 shots of B12, 2 in New York.
Okay. Mr. McNamee, do you concur with that?
The first time I heard of Roger taking B12 was on 60 Minutes. I've never given Roger Clemens B12 and never heard of B12, really.
You don't think he's telling the truth, then?
Brian McNamee's never given me growth hormone or steroids.
Thank you.
Was it your idea?
It was my idea to investigate what witnesses know.
Okay.
Like any other lawyer in the free world does.
Did you just lie when it's convenient for you?
No, sir.
Yeah. This is really disgusting. You're here as a sworn witness. You're here to tell the truth. You're here under oath, and yet we have lie after lie after lie after lie, where you've told this committee and the people of this country that Roger Clemens did things that I don't know what to believe. I know one thing I don't believe, and that's you.
It's hard to believe you, sir. I hate to say that as you're one of my heroes, but it's hard to believe you.
Mr. McNamee, you are a drug dealer. You may, in the end...
That's your opinion.
No, it's not my opinion. You were dealing with drugs.
Okay.
You were dealing with illegal drugs. Tell me as a police officer how that isn't not being a drug dealer.
That's your opinion.
No, it's not my opinion. I'm asking you to tell me. Tell me how it's legal to do illegal things and you not call it what you were. You were dealing in drugs, weren't you?
Dealing in them, yes.
Were they legal drugs?
No, they weren't.
Thank you.
Evidently, Mr. Pettit didn't believe what Mr. Clemens said in that 2005 conversation.
Doesn't mean he was not mistaken, sir.
Doesn't mean that, but
it does not mean that he was not mistaken, sir.
Excuse me, but this is not your time to argue with me.